Share.
Hi guys! How's it going? It's time for Manifestation Bathtub.
Manifestation Pool Tub.
Woo!
Alrighty.
Here, we have a special guest this week who's lurking in the background on her pineapple. This is Kirsten. Kirsten is Kit's little sister, and she's our roommate right now, so she gets to share our amazing Manifestation Bathtub with us every week. And she's also our CFO. Kirsten be handling all of our money stuff because we don't know what we're doing. And she likes numbers and spreadsheets and stuff. So Kirsten has saved our butts in the last few months. Thank you, Kirsten. We love you.
So, if you see me over here texting, I'm actually just sharing Manifestation Bathtub right now. So, get on, hit share, and share this with your friends because today's going to be a good one. It's super inspired. I'll be honest. Sometimes we get on here and we're like, fuck, what are we going to talk about?
What the fuck are we going to talk about?
But today is really inspired. So, hop on, tag your friends. Invite your
Share
friends.
this video.
Share this video.
See what's going on.
What's going on?
So what are we talking about today? We're talking about fear, the gargoyle.
Fear? Okay, so
Why is fear a gargoyle?
write this down.
Oh.
You guys ready for this?
Write it. Get a pen.
Fuck, now there's pressure.
Go ahead.
The only thing that is holding you back from that thing that you want is the fear of what will happen when you do it.
Wow. Well, here's why we're talking about this today. It's because a lot of people think, what's holding you back from what you want. Oh, I have a shitty job. I don't make enough money. Oh, I don't have that degree that I always said I was going to get. So therefore, I can't have the nice house that I want. Oh, I'm not lovable. So nobody's going to love me enough to get married and have a baby with me. Or, I don't have time. I don't have time to live my dream. Oh my God, here comes another special guest! Woo! So really what that comes down to is fear.
Okay, so at every up level of what you want, whether it's spiritually, financially, relationship, family, career, the gargoyle at the entrance of that door is fear of what will happen when you walk through.
So give me an example.
So here's an example. When we were building our coaching business, there was the fear of what people would think of us when we said we were building a fucking coaching business.
Oh yeah. But
that
you know
shit
what?
is scary.
You know what the volcanoes do though when they're scared? They laugh.
They do it anyway.
And then they do it anyway. So I gotta say, we just encourage each other to do crazy shit. And we're lucky that we have each other. So I want to hear from Kirsten and Ryan. What is something really scary that you thought you could never do, but once you did it, it was the best thing you ever did? Like Kirsten just had a really wild adventure.
Here, I will bring you on to the stage. Let me cart you over. Slingshot.
Ah! Hold on, guys. I gotta get a smaller float.
What's the question? When we did something that we were afraid of?
I think Kirsten had one on the tip of her tongue. So I want
I think so,
Kirsten
yes.
to share.
Please, thank you.
So Kirsten, what's something that you were afraid of doing, but once you did it, it was awesome?
I quit my job.
Woo! All right, so tell everybody what your job was and why was it a crazy thing for you to quit it?
Ooh.
And what did you do when you quit?
I was working 70 hours a week, 6 days a week, traveling all over the country.
Wait,
Working
that's a little too close.
Working like 6 a.m. to midnight in a really crappy environment, like super hostile. And I quit my job, and that was scary because there's a lot of financial repercussions of it, but I quit, and then I went to Europe for 2 months.
So what was the story that you told about yourself if you were a little bit financially rocky? That you had to face?
I had to accept it and greet it as part of the journey.
What was the story you told about yourself though? Like,
So-
if you had to face that financial outcome of what would happen if you quit, what was the
If you
story
were
you
in a
told
little
about
bit of
yourself?
debt,
Like,
or if you...
the story you told about yourself is that I failed as an adult, or
What did
I'm not
I-
good with money, or like what's the story that you would
what
tell
story
about
did I
yourself?
tell myself?
Yeah.
If I quit my job, I'm going to go in a lot of debt.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get out of it.
And what does
like,
debt mean to you? Does
Like
debt,
my credit
debt
score
means
is going to
debt.
go super bad.
Right, and you never, ever, ever get it back again.
Right.
And
Yeah.
like, you should just put up with all the abuse and the 70-hour work weeks because
Your credit score is still
means,
awesome.
Yeah.
Debt means you're a loser. And like,
What is
nobody in their 20s in America has debt, so why should you have debt?
So what does debt say? Like, if you went into debt, what would that mean about you?
That I couldn't handle my money.
And what would that mean about you?
That I can't advise other people how to take care of their money.
And what would you believe about yourself if you couldn't handle your money? This is before you took the leap.
That I was not smart enough to teach other people about their money.
Uh-huh.
Because I couldn't control my own money.
Yeah. And
Wow.
if you're not smart enough to teach other people about your money, then what does that say about you?
What does it mean about you, Kirsten, as a person?
That I allowed like society's views to overtake my views.
Yeah. And so do you see how when you don't let society's views to overtake your views, you actually get to become more you?
And you get to go on a 7-week vacation to Europe.
And eat croissants every day?
And when you're more you actually make more money because you stop giving a fuck what other people think about you. And giving a fuck about what other people think about you is fear. And fear is actually the guardian of what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kirsten, how, even though you're in debt now, how is your life closer to what you
Closer
actually
to the
want
phone.
than it was before?
Well, I was able to quit a job that I totally wasn't happy in.
Yeah.
So I'm like
What-
completely free from that job now and am able to go pursue a job that I actually want to do.
Amazing. And you're taking exams for it right now. You're
I
up
am.
leveling.
I'm learning and I'm progressing to doing something that I actually kind of been wanting to do since January.
Wow.
So
Whoa.
kind of opened up a bunch of opportunities for me to grow.
And realistically, when are you going to have that debt paid off?
Probably by like January 1st.
January!
What?
And it's September! Psh, you're fine! You know how many people are in debt for the rest of their lives?
Right.
How long did it take you to make that decision?
To do what? To quit my job?
Yeah.
It was one phone call with Miss Audrey.
Wow.
That
Who's a little
basically-
volcano coach?
Yep.
Yeah.
Woo.
Was
Yay,
one-
Audrey!
One call with Audrey that basically was like, because the premise was if I quit my job, I had to pay $7,000 back. And basically what she asked is $7,000 in the long term, like 7,000 divided by the 2 years that you're stuck in this job is what,
Right.
is that 2 or 3 or whatever, $400 a month really worth the shit that you're having to go through? And that was all I needed to hear.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
no, it's not worth it.
And how long up until that moment had you wanted to do that?
Oh, no, I'm
did I
fine.
want to quit?
No, it's okay, codependent. Get out your Cody. Come
I
back here.
think I wanted to quit
Get right.
2 months into my job.
And 2 months into your job, and how long did it last?
I wanted to quit from December until June, so 6 months.
Wow.
Well, okay, 4 months, and I put a long notice in. So
Wow.
took me 4 months.
What happened in that 4 months to your health?
Just since quitting my job, even I feel like I'm so much just better mentally and physically. I remember on my birthday in February, it got to the point where my family was calling me on my birthday, and I didn't want to pick up because I knew I had so much work to do. So now I feel like I just have more time for myself.
Wow.
And so,
That's awesome.
for everybody who's watching, and knowing the theme of Manifestation Bathtub, what would you tell them is the biggest thing that they need to do to have a breakthrough?
To just do it.
Let's do it.
To just like, Kit used to say this a lot, make a decision and make it right.
Yeah.
So I feel like I made that decision.
That's
and
from our
I'm
coach,
making
Nick
it
Unsworth.
right. So
That's from Abraham Hicks, actually.
Yeah, make a decision and line up with it.
Well, Nick says it too.
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We're all
it
just-
comes from everybody,
comes
really.
from everybody.
That saying. But yeah, that's good.
I feel like you just have to actually get out there and like if you acknowledge that you're not happy, you need to change. Like if you don't change, how will you become happy doing the same stuff over and over again?
Yep.
Totally.
So you just actually have to not be scared. Well, be scared. I was definitely scared.
Yeah,
I'm still
it's
scared.
okay to be scared.
Little scary is fine, but don't be debilitated by your fear.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear from Ryan next.
Ryan, what about you?
The question
Get
is,
you up, let's get you next to the speaker.
hey everybody.
Hi. The
Some-
question is,
Sometime when I felt really afraid of something.
and how did actually just doing it get you over your fear?
Right. So I dropped out of school, and that was really freaking terrifying for me. I had no template for what it was like to be not in school. I had gone straight to college after graduating high school, and the whole point of my life at that point, everything that I'd learned about what it meant to be an achiever was connected to being on this path of like going for that degree. And I didn't know what was going to happen, but I knew I wasn't happy where I was at in school, so I dropped out. And that was really terrifying. It was probably the scariest thing that I'd done in my life at that point.
So what was the story up until that moment that you were telling about yourself would be true if you dropped out that kept you from dropping out?
That if I dropped out, I would never achieve anything in my life.
What else?
That
What would you be if you dropped out?
I would be not worthy of respect.
So could you still love yourself if you dropped out and you never achieved anything?
I didn't think that I could. I thought that if I really felt like I was risking the love and respect of everybody in my life at that time.
And yourself too, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
and my own sense of worth, my own sense of my own worth.
And how much more worthy did you feel after you dropped out?
I felt so worthy. I had my first apartment on my own for the first time in my life. I was living on my
Wow.
own. I had my own job, and I was actually making my own life for the first time ever.
Isn't that crazy?
It was the most empowering thing that I could have done for myself. I felt so much more possibility, and that was the moment in time that I actually met the person who I fell in love with, the love of my life. And so that actually wouldn't have been possible if I hadn't dropped out.
16 years
and
ago!
Faced that fear 16 years ago.
And feeling worthy.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was feeling worthy at that moment, feeling like I was confident in my skin made it possible to be that person who then is like, yeah, I'm ready for love. I'm ready for like this big love and something that is also like terrifying is that feeling of falling in love and feeling like, okay, well, let's see what happens. Let's see about this.
And you ended up going back and getting your degree anyway, right?
Oh yeah. Well,
And
that's
so here's the thing: is
Right.
that you got your degree anyway.
the thing that I was
How much more did you appreciate it when you went back for it?
so much more,
Right?
so much more. And it was the thing that I was most, I think, afraid of was the not having that, not achieving that, not pursuing that, and going back for it because I really wanted it, because it was truly the thing that I wanted to do, was so much more meaningful than doing it because it was what I sort of expected or because I felt like I needed to in order to get that love.
Because you did it from a place of love first.
Right, because I loved myself and I felt my worth first.
First.
Yeah. And
So-
only because I had faced that fear about dropping out.
Yes. So that is the whole fucking manifestation bathtub lesson wrapped up into one big perfect package for you. When you face that thing that you're afraid of because you love yourself enough so much that you don't care about the story in your head about what will happen when you do that, when you let that go, that means you can love yourself more, and that means you could actually expand in something bigger. And that fear is the guardian, the gargoyle at the gate of your breakthrough.
So what's that fear story you're telling yourself right now? What's that gargoyle in your life right now? Let me know. Put it in the comments box. What you got? What you got? What do you want so bad, but you're so terrified to take a step toward it that you'd rather stay in your current state than actually get it?
And I'll tell you something. Not having enough money, not having enough time, they are not actual reasons why you can't have what you want. It's being afraid of what will happen when you do the thing you need to do to get the thing. And that story that you tell about yourself, that I can't love me if I do this thing and other people don't love me. I can't love me if I fail. I can't love me if I drop out of school. I can't love me if I'm in debt.
If I quit my job.
If I quit my job. I can't love me if I pick up the phone and call somebody and tell them I'm a fucking life coach. And they tell me I'm stupid. They tell me that I'm not good enough to do that. Who do you think you are?
Hi, Lamb Chop.
It's those things. Once you get over that, once you don't care about that anymore, once it means nothing to you, then your world can grow exponentially.
All right, guys. So whenever you're ready to confront that fear gargoyle,
Let us know.
you should join our 3-day challenge.
Oh yeah, that thing.
It's coming up. It starts on Sunday, this Sunday, September 9th, and you're all invited to join us.
But the deadline to join is Wednesday.
Yeah, kind of. And so I'm gonna put the link below this video. If you want to join, just say me, and we'll put the link right under your comments so you can find it really easily. You can check it out. If you want to join, great. If not, no big deal. But this challenge literally transforms hundreds of lives every time we do it.
In a week. And the cool thing
Yeah.
about being involved with hundreds of lives transforming all at once, it's like magic. It's like when everybody in the group, even from the internet, raises their energy together, it brings you up too.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think I actually booked my flight to Europe within like 2 days after doing the challenge in May.
Wow!
Whoa!
Oh my God, amazing!
With
All right, guys.
no plan.
So do the challenge. Oh, we got some comments here.
Well, I
Let's
don't
see.
care what you think about me when I say this. Fucking join the challenge. Join the fucking challenge.
We have no fear anymore. Oh, Corey says, yes, that one. I'm not good enough to be a life coach. Worried about what others think about it. Conquering the fear gargoyle.
It's actually when you don't give a fuck about what other people think about you anymore, and you can love yourself no matter what, that you're now qualified to be a life coach.
Yep. Hi, Rossi. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We love you. We'll see you next week. Bye.